What's up, you guys? Ooh, that's my boo-boo. What's up, you guys? I'll explain that in a minute. But it's Cycling Thursday, and it's still Bring a Buddy week. So we had a nice group of people, of cyclists, and we got to definitely work on a few people's handling skills and pedaling mechanics. So this is such an overlooked topic in the cycling world. I can't tell you how many people I work with who have done multiple Ironmans and they do not have power around the pedal stroke. Okay, they're just leaving speed on the table by not developing your pedal stroke. And so, you know, I have my athletes start with me. Number one thing is they have to learn how to ride their bike, right? They have to learn how to handle their bike because bikes are deadly. And in Miami, it's even more important, okay? Cars are cutting you off. Cyclists are cutting you off, passing you on the right, never communicating with you, right? This is Miami life. So the first thing I do is when I ride with someone, especially if I've never ridden with them before, is they have to show me they can stop and start safely. They can make turns. They can ride next to and behind someone safely. And if they can't do that, we go straight to the parking lot and we practice stopping and starting safely, riding with one hand at a time, both hands, like one hand off, and then practice with your other hand. You can't rely on having only one hand strength, like only be able to hold on with your left hand and your right hand never does the job. You got to be able to be ambidextrous on the bike because there's situations when you need to hold your bike straight in a straight line using your opposite hand, maybe that you're not as comfortable with, but you can train it, right? So I have a great blog coming out today about the importance of drills, and you've got to do the drills to get better. It also builds confidence, right? If you have fear about riding on the bike, which a lot of people do, and they're like, oh, I don't ride anymore because I'm too fearful. Well, sorry, it's too beautiful of a place to be not riding, okay? We have training all year round. We have safe enough roads, but it's your responsibility to be responsible for your body and your bike. Now, accidents do happen, and I'm gonna get to that right now because I've been riding 25 years. This is my 25th year since I started cycling in triathlon. And when I first started riding back in 1997, I didn't have an accident, and then I was training one time on Venetian Causeway, which is not the best place to train, and a landscape truck cut me off the road, and I literally went straight into a rock. Luckily, I braked with both hands, but I literally flipped over the rock, landed softly in the grass, and nothing happened, right? So I was very, very lucky. But I committed myself to being the best cycling handler that I could be. So I practiced my U-turns, my stops and starts, my track stands, all that kind of stuff. I wanted the bike to be an extension of my body. So whatever came up, instinctually, my brain would know what to do. I also read, you know, I've never had, thankfully, knock on wood, a very, very bad cycling accident. But I read 90% of the time, if you start to wobble or if you start to go out of control, if you keep your hands on the handlebars and you do your best to try to regain control, a lot of times you can. So you guys saw my boo-boo, you know, it's 23 years since I wrecked on the bike and I had a spill last weekend. And I'm so grateful because that's my only injury, that little one. I do have a little neck whiplash because I fell to the side. But it was cool because, you know, I rubbed wheels with someone in front of me. Something happened behind the group, and thankfully the group wasn't all stacked together. We had to split apart a little bit to get through some bumps down in Homestead. And so what happened was I heard this really loud noise, and it was from the cyclist behind me. Their flat tire kit fell on the floor. But it scared me, so I looked back, and the person in front of me also looked back. So then we both looked forward. It was too late. We were already in contact with each other. She was able to pedal straight out of it, but I unfortunately lost my balance. I hit a hole, and then I went down on my side. But I never let go of the handlebars. I didn't put my hand out, so I don't have a broken collarbone, thank the Lord, today. And I just had a little road rash on my shoulder, on my hip. I didn't even rip my kit, which is awesome. But that's my biggest boo-boo, right? And I'm just so thankful that I spent all these years practicing my bike handling skills. Every time I'm riding with someone new, I'm practicing them again. And it's funny because I have a new tri-bike, and so I'm practicing them again on my new tri-bike because it's a different position. So just wanted to share that with you guys because you never know what's going to happen. most things are within your control on the bike if you communicate, if you're talking to other cyclists out there, always letting them know you're around on your left, stopping, pointing things out in the road. But it's dangerous, right? So the better you can learn how to pedal your bike and the better you can learn how to handle your bike, the safer you're going to be out there. And then I love teaching athletes how to pedal around the circle, right? Not just push down. And that just takes a few drills. I have some awesome drills that I teach people. And it's awesome because I love the Tour de France. It's on right now, and I see those guys wrecking and then popping back up and keeping going, right? So it was funny because that same day, like in the tour, like I think 3 or 4 accidents happened. I'm like, sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes things happen when you're riding around other people. So stay safe out there. Practice your bike handling skills. Of course, if you need some help, I'd love to help you. We do have an online portion as well where you can get videos of what I'm doing with my athletes in person. So Buddy Week is going awesome. Everyone's learning lots of stuff. And check out Triathlon Obsessed on Facebook. That's where we do our live coach calls every week. So if you want to get a taste of what it's like to work with me, you can watch that live or watch that recording on Facebook, or Triathlon Obsessed on Facebook groups. All right, you guys, have an awesome one. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.